Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and villagers of all ages, welcome to episode 3 of Avi's Mount Rushmore. My name's Alex Safey. I'm here with my brother John, not Jonathan Safey, and Owen Big O Pluff. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's going on? Ready for another week of Mount Rushmore? We can't wait to get to this episode. Another awesome episode. Follow up our camp locations and our camp meals episodes. Yep.
Absolutely.
In a minute, but not yet, we're going to get into our Mount Rushmore for evening program. So I hope you all brought your dancing shoes because tonight we're going to dance. But before that, I'm going to introduce our very special guest. After defeating the Night King, she spent years perfecting her craft at the Jason Cadney School of Evening Program Coordination. Hailing all the way from probably not the best, but definitely the West Coast, it's Nadia. Did you know her uncle was a bishop? Ozone.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hi, Nadia. We're happy to have you.
I'm really excited. Evening program has been great. Virtual camp has been awesome. I love seeing everything. We just got our shirts. This is our female staff shirt.
We're repping.
Owen's wearing his male staff. So cool. And I just saw actually that the virtual camp shirt just came out. It's limited edition, super cool. So
it looks fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the design on it. It's like the computer with the camp logo. It's great.
I might have to cop one.
Yeah, where can we get those? avcamp.com or .org, I mean?
I think so.
All right. Nice. So shameless plug right there. But now, who wants to introduce the topic? John, why don't you? All right, guys. So like Alex said, we got our evening program episode. So that's why we got our evening program coordinator, Nadia Ozone, here. Just to list some off, I'll list some of the evening programs that we are going to be picking for our Mount Rushmore. Western Night, Serenade Night, Huffley Night, Split Night, Decades Dance, Wacky Sports Night, Bible Bowl, Session 3 campers, if you know, you know.
Bible Bowl.
Pool Party, the Campfire Sing-Along, Hockey Night, Blacklight Dance, Avi's Got Talent, Deacon American Allison's wedding reception, and Father Kristen Sophia's wedding reception, Capture the Flag or Color Wars, Movie Night, Carnival Night, the 4th of July fireworks for Session 2, the staff intros and icebreakers, Counselor Skit Night, the camp video, and last but not least, Family Feud. Wow, great list all around. All right, so next, Owen, why don't you discuss what our format will be for this episode?
Yes, so our format will be the same as we did last episode with a snake draft of our list that we just listed off. Our order will, the same as last week, be our guest first, and then we switched up our picks. So I believe John will be going second, Alex third, and I will be last with the back-to-back snake draft picks. Before we start, Nadia, did you want to talk a little bit about evening program?
Yeah. I love evening program. Obviously, I love every part of camp. Camp is awesome. But you know what? Evening program just hits different. End of the day, you're looking forward to it. You get ready as a cabin. You're wearing the outfits you packed and you brought to camp. And, you trade clothes with your friends. And then you get to evening program and the pavilion that was just filled with a bunch of, sweaty campers. It's now the setting for Huffley Night. And you're dancing the night away, or the dining hall that you were just eating in is the dance floor. So it's
transformed.
It's transformed. The energy's electric, and it just shows that no matter where you are, if you're with the right people, anything is possible. You're going to have fun. So of course, I love evening program.
Beautiful. Great words to live by. Right. And of course, unlike morning program and afternoon program, evening program is one time where all the camp gets to come together, which is another great part of it. So without any further ado, Nadia, you have the first pick of round 1. What is the first evening program that you're drafting?
Well, got a world of possibilities. But, I'm from Session 3. I have to pick Blacklight. That has to be my first pick. I know.
Great
it's the most fun night. It's the most hype. You look forward to it all session. You think the floor of ODH is going to break, and you're all sweaty, but you don't care because you just want to dance and you're carefree. But yeah, gotta go with Blacklight.
Right. Definitely an older one, obviously. So for all those old timer campers, you know what we're talking about here. But definitely a great dance night in the old dining hall. And also one year it was actually in the conference center, I remember, where it was nice because we had some air conditioning during that dance night.
Yeah, you know what? The conference center was a lot of fun over there, but it's a little bit different. When you're in the old dining hall and everyone, like Nadia said, it gets very steamy in there and you think the floor is gonna break. You know, we've had sometimes with the rain, when there's weather issues, we go to the old dining hall for rarely for evening program. But that was one evening program that was always in the old dining hall, and that floor, man, it was starting to bounce. So Blacklight was always a very fun night at camp.
And it's always cool to see everyone's neon shirts popping under the black light as well. So next, wow. So Nadia, you left two picks for me that I'm really conflicted. I thought you were either going to take Huffley or Serenade Night, but I think I got to go with Serenade Night. That would be my number one. And that's because I think this is similar to what the best food that I picked last week for my my camp meal Mount Rushmore. I picked the one meal that the campers and your counselor, we have to earn, right? We have to earn that ice cream party from cleaning the cabin. And similarly, Serenade Night is a night where it's really something that you have to like earn that night, like how much fun you're going to have. And whether or not you have the best lyrics or the best song, it's all about the energy that you put in. And if you really put in all that energy and hard work, you might not win, but you're sure going to have a lot of fun. And those are just some memories that I always remember as a camper and as a CAT and as a counselor. And one quick story I just want to throw in is, you know, the funny thing about Serenade Night is, you know, how long you wait before you start writing your song, right? So we definitely, as counselors or CITs, we encounter this. So actually, as a cabin, when we were 15 years old, Alex and Owen, we came together. Owen was in cabin 45, Alex and I were in 44. And we came together and we said, you know what? We should write the song that we did or re-sing the song that we did when we were 11 years old and we won Serenade Night, which was a song called Aunt Sadie, which was to the beat of Michael Jackson's Beat It. That was written by our counselors.
Legendary song.
Yeah, Matt Wood and Charles Dow that year when we were 11 years old. So we did that song when we were 15. It was not as well received by our sister cabin because we weren't as cute as we were when we were 11. And then it's funny because you thought that would have been the last time we used that song, but Kyle Parsons and I were CITs in 2018 next to each other. And that year, our counselors tasked us with writing the Serenade song. So Kyle and I wrote the song, and we did the Aunt Sadie song one more time before, again, last summer in 2019, during session 3, I was in cabin 31, and I rewrote the song again, but this time we called it Nurse Katie, and we sang about our favorite nurse. So just through the years, I think Serenade Night is always a night where you have so many memories. I still have the very paper of the song Aunt Sadie when I was 11 years old as a camper, and I'm very thankful to all the counselors that always, you know, made it a really fun night for me when I was a camper.
For sure, John. And, you know, you're talking about how kind of just putting in that work, but also planning it out and how late into the session you start planning your song. Actually, last summer, session 2, my cabin, we started writing the day of, and we were kind of just in cabin time. I think there was church that day because it's usually on Sunday, or liturgy that day rather. And we kind of just were like, you know, what are we gonna do? We weren't sure, and finally we threw together. We wanted to sing a song about the morning dew, the wet grass at camp, of course. And then we had one other song in there. And of course, we were surprised when we kind of just thought we'll go up, we'll have a good time. We'll hopefully get our sister cabin to laugh. And we actually ended up getting enough good scores that we did win Serenade Night. And that was definitely one of my favorite memories of even the whole summer. So
well, actually, Alex, you won Serenade Night for Units 4, but my cabin and Peter Karras's cabin actually took home the trophy that night. So nice try there.
To say that we did win Unit 4, but you just mentioned Peter Karras was one of the people who wrote your songs.
Of course.
He told me that our song was his favorite of the night. So I'm just going to take that as a W.
AV voted. Sorry, Alex.
I mean, I still sing Morning Dew. It's always stuck in my head. So that's all I have to say.
Well
Plus,
done,
it's
Alex.
Brother Anthony's one of his favorite nights. So.
Oh, yeah.
pretty special.
So
Serenade night.
Serenade Night. Taking off the
Legendary.
board. I just took it. Alex, you're next up with the third pick. Who are you taking?
Okay, this is tough. You know, I probably would have gone with Serenade Night too, but this might be kind of a hot take here. But I'm just gonna pick one of my favorites. One of my favorite evening programs is the pool party, and the pool party. I've always liked it just because it switches things up. You're swimming, you're not necessarily dancing or doing whatever other activities that you would normally do in evening program. But last summer, it actually really shot up my evening program rankings because I was a lifeguard. And while I wasn't necessarily having as much hands-on fun as everyone, the campers and the counselors are able to do when they're swimming, when they're going down the slip and slide, when they're doing whatever they're doing, gave me the opportunity to kind of take a step back and just observe. And of course I was focusing on doing my job, but it was really cool to just see everything going on. You see there's some of the older kids playing water basketball. I was watching like the younger girls splashing their counselors with water, and just everyone's having a great time. And it's very unique. There's no really other experience like it at camp where the whole camp is enjoying the pool. And then, you know, for me, the MVP of the pool party is the slip and slide. Like by far, I love the slip and slide. I never get tired of it. I could go down it like a million times. And I just think when God made AV, when he created the village, like he made that hill down to the pool, like for the slip and slide. It's just a perfect hill. So the pool party is my pick, guys.
Definitely. And it could also maybe be counted as one of the best afternoon programs, as we have it on Switch It Up Saturday or Mix It Up Monday, or the various days where we switch the schedule up. We have evening program in the afternoon.
True. All right.
Great pick.
Thank you.
All right. You guys picked amazing for your top three, or for the first three picks.
Thanks,
Those are all amazing evening programs. But I think I'm going to have to go with Counselor Skit Night.
Oh, nice.
As a
Not
camper.
on my radar. That's an excellent one.
Yeah, I know, right? As a camper, this was probably my number one favorite evening program. There's a bunch of amazing skits back when we were campers, even up to, was it 2018 with the Will Jones Usama sketch?
Oh, that was a great one. I
The
remember
Step
that.
Brothers.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh, just an amazing night. Like, just to sit down and laugh, like to tears almost. Like it was just a solid night. Not to mention like it's just like an amazing atmosphere where it gets a little bit cooler. There's that nice breeze from the pool. Oh,
yeah,
just like
one night where you're not dancing your butt off in the pavilion, right? So we usually are just sitting, and like you said, you can feel that breeze more on Counselor Skit Night than on any of the other nights where you're dancing.
absolutely. It's honestly probably one of my favorite camp feelings.
Yeah,
Just like to be able to chill, laugh, and just hang out.
definitely. The one where you get to rest, for sure.
Oh,
I have to share my favorites just because I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't. I have to mention Angry Kitty Warble. I don't even remember what years these are from. The Kardashians one in 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Bachelor ones with all the Nicks, because how did someone not?
That one was a good one. That was last year, right?
Yeah, and then Mr. Steal Your Girl. I don't even remember. Like
That was
what
with
the
Joe
premise-
Barber, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just so funny. I had to mention my favorites.
Yeah, those are great ones. So, and you got a back-to-back pick. That's the benefit of going last, right?
Absolutely. My number two pick, my number one pick of round two is going to be a shout out to the Session 2 campers.
Oh,
It's gonna
wow.
have to be the fireworks.
Okay.
This might be a little early, but this is definitely one of my top favorite ones. Like it's just it's such a special thing to be able to be at camp for the 4th of July, and just to see those like amazing fireworks is just something to behold. Like with the songs in the background of like Star Wars, and I don't know what else they play.
They play
but,
some like American songs.
yeah, but it's just like it's so cool to witness. Like I guess it's another kind of chill one. You're sitting
For
in the
sure.
grass,
We
just
can
kind of
see
watching.
the theme with your
Yeah.
picks on.
Yeah.
But I will say this is probably the only evening program where they will take you off the overnight to bring you up for the fireworks and then take you back down. So
Right.
that's why it's got to be my number 2 pick.
That's right. I remember when weren't you on the overnight last year for the fireworks and you guys
I
came
was.
back? Yeah, I remember you guys
Amazing
came back.
overnight.
Yeah, and it's cool because that's the one time I feel like the pavilion's lights are off at night because you really get to see how, far away from like, just bright lights from cities and when all the lights are off on the camp, it's like that's all you see in the sky is the fireworks and they really are beautiful. So I'm definitely going to be thinking about that in a few days from now when it's the 4th of July.
All right. So next up, I'm pretty conflicted here. There's a couple of good ones on the board. Once again, I'm just gonna pick my favorite one. So I'm not trying to be controversial, but I'm gonna go with the Decades Dance. So the Decades Dance, it's one of the newer evening programs. Like it wasn't around since we were like super young. I think it was in like 2015 with Jason. JCat was evening program coordinator. And it was like, I think it was really the first that I can remember evening program that was like permanently inside and in the dining hall. And for me, that was like a really cool kind of change of scenery. And I just love the dining hall as a setting for evening program. Thank God for air conditioning, of course. But, I really like how there's the front half where everyone's dancing, having fun. And then if you want to go back and chill, play some Mafia, play some cards, there's also that. So there's something for everyone to do. And if you want to, do rotations, you can do that too, which I love to do. And of course, I can't mention Decades Dance without mentioning Tony's Malt Shop. Getting some chocolate milkshakes from there is always good. And of course, the music, you got Bohemian Rhapsody, Don't Stop Believing, and the greatest song in the history of America, It's a Party in the USA. So you can't really go wrong with any of the songs. Plus, I love tie-dyes. So Decades Night all around for me. I just love it.
Excellent choice, Alex. You actually did just take one off my big board, but I'm so surprised that when I was deciding between Serenade Night and the Huffley with my second pick, that here I am 4 picks later, and the Huffley Night is still there. What are you guys doing not picking Huffley Night?
John, but dude, you don't even dance at Huffley Night. Like if you pick Huffley Night, like you can't even do it justice. I've literally never seen you try to dub key.
Well, listen, guys. I mean, you left it here for me. This is a no-brainer pick. What am I supposed to do?
Wait, John. I also can't believe that it hasn't been picked yet. Like, it's honestly ridiculous.
Yeah, what are they doing?
But I want to propose a trade.
Oh, okay. Our first trade proposal.
The first ever trade for AV's Mount Rushmore.
All right, this is a great idea. All right, Nadia.
So, John, I'll trade you my round 2 pick, and I'll give you the right to swap picks at round 3 for Huffley Night because it means that much to me.
Okay, you know what? I actually like that because the truth is, Alex is right. When as a camper, I was not the best at dub king, and even as a counselor last year, my campers couldn't even get me up, and I was still just playing cards with all the other, people that can't dance. So I will trade. I'll swap picks with you in this round and in next round, and I like having the back-to-back picks coming up. So Nadia, go ahead. Huffley Night is yours.
All right.
What a trade!
Thank you.
Bravo.
So, Huffley Night, like, yes, of course, this is my second pick. Like, it's for the culture, for every culture. It's like the era of blacklight. Like, you're looking forward to it. And when the time comes, you're like sweaty, you're out of breath, your feet hurt, but you're going to keep dancing because Huffley Night comes once a year and you are not going to miss out on dancing as much as you can. There's nothing like, leading the Dubke line or when the Greek kid, Peter Karras, he was doing that cool thing with the cup.
Always mesmerizing.
It's like so cool. And, also it's just really cool to see the people you share culture with, like celebrating it. And like, especially if at home, you don't have a lot of people of the same culture or the faith as you, you're like seeing this people that share that with you and you're just celebrating it. And it's so fun. And actually I have a story to tell about Huffley Night.
Go ahead.
Probably the most embarrassing story I've ever had, but
let's go.
in like 2015, I was like 15 years old. I thought it'd be really funny to get a crowd around me, like hyping me up, like I'm about to do this like really cool thing in like the middle of the circle, and everyone was around me and they were clapping. And when the beat dropped to whatever Arabic song was playing, I hit the whip, and everyone was like, "Was that the thing you gathered us to do?" And then
they were like, "What?"
And the most awkward part is that they got a picture of it. It was just so uncomfortable.
You tricked everyone.
Yeah, but that's my Huffley Night story. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, and you're right. Talking about, all the people at camp that, share a similar culture with us. It's always cool at the end of the night where we get like a flag of Lebanon and a flag of Syria, and we take the pictures based on countries that, we have heritage from. So it's very cool to see all the different dances, like you said, like the Greek people dance, and we do our Dubki dances as well. And it's just definitely all around a great night for
It's a
sure.
celebration of cultures.
For sure.
Mhm.
And real quick, I do have to give a shout out to all my card playing guys. That was me back when I was a camper.
That's me too. Oh,
ERS till I die.
yeah. Egyptian
Yes.
Rescue. It's our favorite camp card game, isn't it?
For sure.
All right. So now I got back-to-back picks. What a great trade. And we still got so many great ones. That's why this is a great, episode to do a draft for. So many great ones still on the board. We got Hockey Night, Western Night, Carnival Night, the camp video, Campfire Night. All right, first up, I'm going to go with Carnival Night, and that's because this one, and I think I'm also for my next pick, I'm going to pick two that have been around for as long as I've been a camper, which is at least the past decade. Since 2009 was my first year as a camper. And that's so Carnival Night, like I said, it's such a legendary night where, all you and all your cabin mates will unite to gain as many tickets as possible playing the different carnival games so that you can pie your favorite, or I guess your least favorite sponsor or staff member, right?
Usually favorite though. It's
right,
if you get pied, if you're a counselor, if you're on staff and you get pied, take it as a compliment. It means those kids love you.
It's definitely flattering, right? And I remember when we were campers, like I remember the first time just watching when I was 9 years old, and it was my first year at camp. I kind of just played the, eating the donut off the string game, or there's the one where you like get the powder and there's the coin on top of the powder. And, we're playing all these like random games throughout the night. And I didn't really understand the whole ticket process until at the end of the night, I saw some hikers, pieing their counselor. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I remember in the coming years, we were always looking forward to pieing, I remember when we were 13, I think, or 14, we pied Zach Reinveld, who's our counselor one year. Yeah. When we were 16, we pied Olivia Ganem, our sister cabin counselor.
that was a good one.
Yeah, and it's not even pie, right? It's just whipped cream on a plate. And I remember it got in her hair, and like her hair was smelling like whipped cream for like the next few days. It was so gross.
Yeah.
But definitely a great memory until last summer when my brother cabin pied me during session 3. So always a fun night on Carnival Night.
The tables turn, John.
Exactly, and it's always a fun night to make some memories with your cabin mates. So that's next on my list. And then, all right, so now I got back to back.
Right? Wow.
So we're starting off round 3. And like I said, I'm going to go with another one that's been around for as long as I've been at camp, and I'm sure for years before that. And that's Western Night. Western Night, bros. Put your W's up.
What a take.
So it's another night where, like you said, Alex, with the Decades Dance, we dressed in our tie-dye T-shirts, right? This is another night where everyone's dressed up, or like Blacklight, where everyone's wearing neon. You go to Vespers that night, and everyone's wearing their jeans and their plaid. And obviously, once we get out of church, everyone's putting like their cowboy hats on, but obviously not in the dining hall. And
no hats in the dining hall.
Right. And it's also been cool just the past like 10 years to see like the evolution of Western Night and how it's changed. I remember, it used to be around the pavilion area. Then I remember they moved it and they kind of had it around the campfire area when they got rid of the campfire night and they kind of just merged the two. And then now we have it in the horse barn, which is such a cool, venue to have it because it's a place that we're never at. And that's the one night we're there during Western Night. And, you can play basketball, Foursquare. And obviously one of my favorite snacks as well is when we have s'mores on that night. So all around a super, wholesome evening program for, like you said, Owen, if you don't want to play cards, you could play cards during this time. Or if you want to dance to some of your favorite, dances as well, this is definitely a night for you too. So
can't go wrong.
Back-to-back Carnival Night and Western Night. What do you guys think?
That's a great pick. I don't know if you remember this, but they used to do hay rides too, I think, back in the day.
Oh, I did forget about that, yeah.
Horses, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Big part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Those were super
and
cool,
you just revived the memory I didn't.
All right, so Now it's my turn, right?
That's right. Your pick.
Back to you, Nadia. This is part of our trade. So this is my third round pick that I traded to you.
All right. I'm going to go with, of course, actually, Hockey Night.
That was my
Again,
pick.
Excellent choice.
I'm going to mention Peter Karras. He knows I am a huge hockey fan. Golden Knights, Avalanche, Minnesota Wild, you name it. I'm a fan. I never miss a game. You know, I'm like the biggest hockey fan in the entire world. So, of course, I loved Hockey Night. I got to ref it last year, and it was so fun. And I got to play. I love the commentators. I think it was you guys, John and Alex. And
Yeah, we did do that last
We
year.
had some
yeah,
fun with
all
that.
the cheering, like the excitement in the pavilion, it's like crazy. So yeah, I got to take Hockey Night.
Hockey Night is a great, man. I think that one too. I can't remember what year they started it, but I do remember we were there the first year it happened, and it was just so different. It was like this is gonna sound like cheesy or something, but we actually felt. I remember when I was a camper, and still now, like we were actually at like a sporting event. Just because you're having fun, you're cheering on the campers, you care because you're a camper yourself, and hopefully you know a few of the campers who are playing. So I just think it's a great night, especially if you're someone who loves sports like we all do.
Right.
Also,
go ahead,
go.
Owen.
No, please go.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, it's fun. Like you guys talked about, it's a camper counselor challenge. And it's funny that I don't even remember when I was like 15, 16, 17, I don't even remember playing in the hockey challenge. But like you said, Nadia, it's fun cheering on the campers. And that's something that I always remember is like having the fun cheers and just watching a good game. I don't even remember when I played it as a camper, though.
I was actually going to talk about that. We actually didn't get to play as
Yeah, we
campers
didn't. They took it
because
away.
they
that's
took it
why.
away, I think, the year before we were eligible.
Right. And then we did like dodgeball night instead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those were a lot of
It was fun, but
That
it
was
wasn't
fun.
any hockey night, though.
Yeah,
That's
no
true.
hockey.
Hockey
Poor
night is
Owen.
special.
Owen missed out.
I was so mad.
I actually remember that, Owen.
You were
But
the
now
goalie
he's-
this past year,
Yeah,
right?
Owen's-
Yeah, so I finally got to get like a little bit of like a bounce back as a counselor, but as a camper, I was a little heated.
I do remember that, Owen.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Great
I'm
choice,
next, right?
Nadia. Now, Alex, it's your pick. What do you got?
You guys just, man, four, I guess, back to back. Great choices. I was probably gonna go with Hockey Night, so now I'm gonna go a little bit deeper on my big board here. These ones to me, you can't even go wrong. I'm gonna go with the staff intros and icebreakers on Arrival Day.
Nice.
This one, a lot of people forget that this is an evening program. I think when I was even creating the list for us to start discussing evening programs, I honestly didn't put it on there because I almost forget about it. But if I actually do sit back and think, it's definitely one of my favorites, partially just because I love Arrival Day. I'm a sucker for Arrival Day. It's probably one of my favorite days of the entire year, really, when everyone arrives at camp and there's all the hugging and excitement and energy, and you smile so much that your face just hurts. And I think that icebreakers at nighttime right after dinner with your sister and or brother cabin is a great way to end the night. And then the staff intros, a lot of excitement. And literally every year enjoy and look forward to hearing the different intros and seeing the counselors run down the aisle and trying to get a high five or whatever it is. And of course, it's great when you're a staff member and you get to do that as well. It's a lot of fun. So I think staff intros and icebreakers on Arrival Day is probably the most underrated evening program, in my opinion.
What's your go-to icebreaker?
My go-to, that's tough. There's a lot of timeless classics. Of course, Ninja's a good one. The dinosaur where you can't show your teeth. And then there's a few others. This past year, one of my favorites that I did is you get something like that's different color coded. It could be like Skittles, or it could be Airheads, like it could be candy, or like Post-it notes, and you give everyone a different color. And then each color represents a different question. So you go around, and they're obviously very fun, like goofy questions. And I think that's just a great way to start off the session, get to know some of your fellow campers,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love that one where you put the sheet in between like two different cabins, and they have to, like, when you put it down, they have to guess the name.
Yeah.
Like, these kids have known each other for like 7 years, and when that sheet goes down, they forget
you
the
forget.
person in front of them. It's
The pressure.
hilarious.
You crumble under the pressure. That's
Yeah.
it.
One more thing you didn't mention, Alex. This is the night where the staff will sing the staff song, which luckily this year, although we're not in person at camp, Nadia did organize an excellent staff song. Check it out on
Shout out to Nadia. Yeah, that
our
was
YouTube, our camp YouTube. to the beat of Intentions by Justin Bieber. So thank you, Nadia.
How did I forget about that? I actually love the staff songs. Too.
Right.
Anyway.
All right. So next we got Owen with his back-to-back picks. End of the third round, the beginning of the fourth round. Owen, what do you got?
All right, let's see. So Hockey Night was definitely going to be my number 3. I was hoping it would fall, but
Nope.
sometimes it just doesn't fall the way that you like.
Mhm.
I might have to bump up my number 4 pick that I thought I was going to take number 4, but I'll take it as number 3. I'm going to go with Family Feud.
Wow.
Ooh,
I know it's a hot
okay.
take, isn't it? But
That is the
Crazy.
most shocking pick of the draft, Owen. Wow.
But going with Owen's theme, I'm not too surprised, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I can't
Yeah.
even shock him. Owen's always picking those dark horse in
Yes,
the end of
sir.
the draft.
yeah, this might be my Daniel Jones pick, but sometimes when you see your guy, you just got to go up and go get him.
That's
Mhm.
right.
So Family Feud number 3. If you know me, I'm a huge trivia guy. Fun fact: I don't think I've ever lost a game of Family Feud at camp. I hold the unofficial title for that.
The all-time record for Family
Yes, sir.
Feud wins.
I'm sure Father Anthony actually does because he's the real.
Oh yeah,
He's the real Family Feud wizard,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, I mean, it is an unofficial title, so
That's right. So let's give it to Owen, John.
I don't know. But yeah, so it's an all-time time to work as a team. You really get to get like a feel of everyone else's knowledge, and see that everyone has something else to contribute to the larger goal of trying to win a feud between
Right.
families.
or
between
The
cabins.
timeless competition.
Right.
So,
It is funny too, because there's always like some kids aren't too interested in Family Feud when we have Family Feud, and like there'll always be one question where that kid they're kind of sitting in the back is like, what? And he answers like whatever the random answer, like 32 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever,
Yeah.
something random. But yeah, so Family Feud, and that's a good pick. Was not on my big board, but you definitely changed our mind about that.
for sure.
All right, let's start
All right.
off with the fourth round.
And then my final pick number 1 of round number 4. What's still on the board? Oh, how is it still there?
Couple sleepers here.
Oh my goodness! All right, I just have to pick this. This is a huge sleeper. This could be my Tom Brady pick. Big shout out to my guy Cade. I'm gonna have to go with Split Night.
Oh, wow.
Recently we did Cade and Natalie's parties.
I thought you were going to take mine. Go ahead, Owen. All you.
And so the guys, we played dodgeball, and I believe the girls had a party in the dining hall. Nadia,
Yeah.
I don't, like,
It was
I'm
like
not
a
sure.
Princess Diaries-esque like girl party. It was really fun.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Like, so I mean, it's such a fun night where you get to like kind of do something fun with just the guys or just the girls. So like, I mean, I'm a huge dodgeball guy, and I do know that this kind of breaks my my theme.
yeah.
But I can't believe that this was still there. So this has to be my number 4 pick.
Nice pick. Yeah, last
good
year was
pick.
definitely different, like you said, with Cade's bachelor party, Natalie's bachelorette party. Definitely a cool, like, switch it up for Split Night, which is still a relatively new evening program.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pro tip for dodgeball, or I guess this could go for hockey too. Don't shower at cabin time before church because you're gonna get sweaty again at nighttime.
Of
Or
course.
shower twice.
Or you could shower twice, but if you're trying to be efficient,
Extra
here,
clean.
conservative, All right, next pick. Wow, that was actually gonna be my pick, Owen, because I do love dodgeball. Here, you know what? I think I'm just gonna. We got the campfire for #nostalgia, but I'm gonna go with the camp video. The last.
All right, you left me the
Kind of-
campfire. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome, John. Enjoy. Kind of going with the same theme that on my last pick, I picked the first day of camp. Similarly, but also very different. That's why I really like the last night of camp because, it's in 12 very, very quick. I was gonna say fast or quick days. By that time, you're at the end of the session and you have all these memories that you shared with everyone, and that last night you get to sit there, you watch the video, and you remember all of them, and of course that's when the the tears start to flow and it gets a little emotional. But when there's something that makes saying goodbye so sad, then it's definitely something that's great. And I think it's just really a beautiful night, last night to spend with your friends and fellow villagers. So the camp video, that's going to be, I think it's another kind of underrated one because we kind of don't think of it as an evening program, but you got kind of the cookout and you hang out with everyone. And then of course we get to finish off the session and the night with the camp video. Actually, right before we go to have our St. Raphael supplication. So all in all, that's just a great night. One of my favorite nights of camp, although it is a little bittersweet.
And then there's always someone singing "Camp is over."
Yeah, of course.
Crying. So.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. I did not even think about that, but I'm interested to see what the listeners will say because that's definitely like a low key one, like you said, Alex. Right. All right. Like I said, thank you, Alex. You left campfire night for me. Perfect. I was worried, Owen or Alex, you guys were going to take it. But this is one, again, that we don't really have much. I think we kind of have it mixed with like Western night nowadays. I guess not as much, but this one is like a super old one as well. This is like one of the first, I remember it being like, I think the first evening program I ever had in like 2009 when I was a camper. It was like, we did the staff intros on the arrival day, and the next night I remember we did campfire night. So this was like my introduction to, camp and evening programs. And I remember that was something that going into camp, my dad, who was a camper, way back in the day, I guess in the 80s, he said that they used to do as well. So for all the 80s and 90s alum, this one's also for you guys. Campfire night, super fun. I remember we used to like have this blue book they would give out to everyone, and we'd sing different songs as it. Which again it's upsetting that we don't do it anymore. But of course we still have so many other great evening programs. But I had to pick this one for all the old timers. Campfire night is my last pick in the draft.
Wow, for the nostalgia.
Yeah, for the nostalgia for sure, and for the s'mores too.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this, but I think back in 2011, we all stood up, like our whole cabin stood up on our cabin log and started to belt "Sweet Caroline" out. That song, and I think we got yelled at for that, but it was a
great song.
Yeah, it's an all-time camp song for sure. And that's what was so fun about those nights is I remember the blue book when they're just like all these camp songs and we're all just singing, together around the fire. Super awesome night.
All right, so I get the last but not least pick.
That's right.
Let's hear it, Nadia.
I'm very tempted to go.
Left.
I know. I'm very tempted to go with Bible for session 3. I'm too loyal, but I think I'm going to go with the wedding receptions. Both Deacon Mary Allison's and Father Chris and Sophia's. I remember for Deacon Merrick and Allison's, it was like 2014 maybe.
Yeah.
Like we had gotten all dressed up, we all traded dresses because we, brought nice dresses, like my cabin. And I remember I felt like really sick and I was like, all right, after evening program, I'm going to go to the infirmary. So I knew it was my last night of freedom. I know I'm going to be in the infirmary the rest of the session. So I danced so hard. I'm pretty sure I had a fever, pretty sure I had a headache. Like I did not care because I was going to dance. It was a wedding reception. And then Father Chris and Sophia's was obviously so fun because first, dressing up is always just fun. It's like fun to, like sweating at afternoon program, wearing shorts and sneakers, and then you like transform. I don't know. It's fun. And then
it is always a good time.
Yeah. And then, Sophia is awesome. And like, we all knew Father Chris before he was married. So it's just very cool to see that, like get to experience like part of their, wedding reception. So it's very cool.
You really do feel like you're at the wedding reception. And I have to give a huge shout out to our guy, Father Chris, for the serenade song that he sang. And we thankfully got to see him sing it every session at the wedding reception evening program. And boy, oh boy, that was such a just beautiful moment that we all got to share with them.
And he the first dance with Aunt Janet and his mom, right? That was super funny. It's like it literally is like you're at a wedding at camp. It's so fun.
And a nice dinner, and it's nice.
Definitely. I can't believe we let that. I mean, you can't really go wrong. There's so many good evening programs. So that is crazy though that the wedding reception you let it slip down there. But
right. All right. So before we give an honorable mention, why don't we each just list off each of our draft picks? So why don't we start off with Nadia? What were your 4?
Okay, my 4 were Blacklight, Heflin Night, Hockey Night, and the wedding receptions.
Oof, that's a strong list. That is a very strong list.
That's strong. Blacklight and Huffley together. pretty deadly 1-2 punch in the front. So, yeah, that was a good trade, though. I'm also happy on my end of the trade because my second and third picks that I got from Nadia. So my 4 were Serenade Night, Carnival Night, Western Night, and the Campfire Night.
Those are all very classic. Very
Yeah,
classic
super OG ones. Yeah.
Pretty OG. Those are very campy. Mine were the pool party, decades dance. Let's see, staff intros and icebreakers, and then the camp video. I'm happy with my list. You know, you guys took a lot of my favorite ones off the board, but I'll take my list. You know.
Yeah.
And my list was Concert Skit Night, Fireworks, Family Feud, and Split Night. It was an okay draft. You know, definitely wasn't one of my best ones, but
Yeah,
I definitely let some stuff slide a little bit too far and lost it. But, you know, it's okay.
when you have the last pick, Owen, yeah, you know, it's always an uphill battle, but you
tough,
made
bro.
out pretty well. All right,
Overall,
so
not
now,
bad.
Nadia, do you have our honorable mention that you want to pick of all the evening programs, one that we didn't mention?
Yes. I think this is an obvious honorable mention. Can I get a drum roll, please? It is obviously AV's Got Talent. Of course. Like, our campers are so talented, so amazing. Last week, we actually had a talent show on Instagram Live. And, like, everybody's performances were just so incredible. And in case you forgot, we have evening program every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Instagram Live. Super easy. You're already on Instagram, I know.
Tune in. Just hit the
Plug right there.
Yeah, talent show last week was great. Thank you so much for that, Nadia.
Yeah, that was really cool, definitely, because, you know, usually we have with each session, there's a couple kids who go like every session or who will perform the same type of talent every session. And this time on the virtually, we were able to see all of them and celebrate all those talents. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely go to YouTube and check it out. I've already watched it again since I was on the live, and I was blown away. That's all I can really say, man.
So thank you, Nadia, for coming. That was an excellent episode. We couldn't have asked for a better guest for our evening program episode.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I had a great time.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you all for listening. And make sure you tune in for our episodes every week. We're posted Fridays at 11:15. And make sure you also keep on the lookout for a poll that's going around where we want you guys to vote for your Mount Rushmores each week. And remember to also tune in every evening at 9 p.m. for evening prayers during the week. And again, keep your eyes out for our next Mount Rushmore topic. Thank you so much for listening.
Peace.
Stay hungry.